Hello to the people who have picked this large strawberry. It's large strawberry time. That's what I always say. No, I have never said that before, but I could have. You don't know that. So as you saw in the intro, there's 9 cards. So this is a fun energy. You guys are fun. As you saw in the intro, there were 9 options, and in a similar fashion, you will get 9-ish cards. So let's just get right to it. What guidance do you have for my strawberry people? Spirit, what guidance? 6 cards? 7 cards, actually. You know, I've looked at them for long enough that at this point I should just take them. So first here we have the Knight of Cups upright. And below clarifying it, we have the High Priestess. So for a lot of the groups actually, you guys had like one good card and then 1 or 2 difficult cards, like something you're struggling with, which is why you're in this reading. So the Knight of Cups here, the Knight of Cups is like the romantic of the tarot. So you've recently fallen in love with something or someone, you know. This can be another person that you look at them and you see like your knight in shining armor and you're just like, you know, like you know who I'm talking about immediately, you know, like, what's that meme like, you know, when I say this, who comes to mind, you know? And below that you have the High Priestess, so you just intuitively feel this like strong connection that you have to this person or to this thing that you've fallen in love with, you know, like this is very much about love, but it doesn't need to be about romantic love. It can also be about you falling in love with a new part of yourself, or you falling in love with a new life narrative that you're creating for yourself, or you falling in love with a new passion, with a new skill. This really isn't about friendship, but you know, I feel like if it was friendship, we would have gotten a different type of card. So it's either about like a romantic person, or it's not a person at all, and it's just like yourself, or your like skills, or like something else, you know. And then you have the Queen of Swords reversed. The Queen of Swords, Swords is all about the suit of the mind, and the Queen of Swords is all about seeing things clearly. You know, she has that sword that kind of like cuts through that fog of confusion, but you have it reversed, so you're having a little trouble cutting through your fog of confusion. And that's because you have the 9 of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Cups reversed. Interesting. So another Cups card. You, for some reason, feel like you can't approach this person. That's what the Page of Cups reversed is here. You know, like if it was upright, it would be like you're offering something, and this is like either you feel like you can't approach, or you have approached and you were rejected. And you feel like you can't approach because you're kind of this 9 of Pentacles reversed right now. You're just kind of like a hot mess. Or you feel like you're a hot mess. You don't feel like you've got your like shit together well enough to come to this person on your white horse and give them a cup, you know? You feel like you need to like level up first, you know, like and the 9 of Pentacles reversed, it can often also be about your home environment. So maybe some of you, like the pandemic has caused your living situation to change for the worse, so you don't feel like you can be entertaining any people, you know, like if you had to move back in with your parents, it's like kind of hard to start a new relationship, or there's just something in your home environment that just feels a little bit out of balance, you know. The Nine of Pentacles is about taking the resources that you have and using them to create an environment where you can flourish and where you can feel happy. So this might also be because you feel like you don't have the money to like be dating right now, or to like present yourself as a choice, you know. Or for those of you that this isn't about a person and is instead about a passion project, you don't have the money to invest in it, or the time or the resources to invest in it the way that you would like to, you know, because you want to give it your all. This is like really important to you, you know. Yes. And lastly, you have the Chariot. You got it upright, which tells me that you're going somewhere, you know, you're doing it, but explain that you have the King of Swords reversed, but you don't feel super in control of what's happening or what's going on. Even though it might seem like it, like the Chariot is very much about taking the like light and the dark side of you, and using both of them to take you where you need to go. So you're going where you need to go. Like that's why the Chariot is upright. Like if it's reversed, I always feel like it's like stuck, not going anywhere. So you're going somewhere, but you just do not feel like it. You really do kind of know what's going on, you know. You have the King of Swords here reversed. So you've got the two top court cards in the sword suit reverse, which tells me there is a lot of confusion in your brain right now. Like the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords is about seeing things clearly, like synthesizing the information that you're getting into a clear view of the situation that you can then share with others. But you don't, like if someone asks you, like you're on this Chariot, right, you're like chugging along, and you feel like if someone asks you like where you're going, you'd just be like, bro, I'm just on this Chariot, even though you're driving the Chariot, but you just feel like you're just like, I'm just here. You know, I'm just going along, seeing what happens, you know. So yeah, mainly your issue is this lack of clarity. Right, because you feel like you can't come forward with this, you worry that this Knight of Cups is just wishful thinking, and that you're not seeing it clearly, even though your intuition is just like super on board with this, you know. This is the High Priestess. So you feel like this kind of like lost Queen of Swords who can't really see anything, but actually you're the High Priestess. Like you know what's up. Okay. So the first roll was like kind of where we're at. The second roll is like background information. So then this third roll is going to be advice. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take it. Your reading is moving along really quickly. I guess y'all are a speedy bunch, which I guess makes sense with this Chariot. Like some of the other readings, I was like shuffling for years. You guys got 7 cards from the get-go and then 3 right away. Okay, so your advice card is the Empress, which is fun under that High Priestess, the second and third major arcana, both of them very much about the divine feminine and getting in touch with your intuition. And the Empress is also very much about creativity and fertility. So like the advice here is just like to kind of realize that like you are an Empress, and as you come into your Empress power, this will like come to you, you know. You don't need to go around chasing people, offering them cups to find your love. You know, the Empress just sits in her throne, and everything she wants is brought to her, just as you sit in your throne, and everything you want will be brought to you, you know. This 4 of Wands here is interesting. Okay, can I have a card clarifying this 4 of Wands, Space Spirit? Is it this too? I have a card clarifying this 4 of Wands, please, Spirit. I have a card to clarify this 4 of Wands advice, please, Spirit. I have a card to clarify what is the advice of this 4 of Wands, please, Spirit. Spirit, can you please give me a card to clarify what this 4 of Wands is? There we go. Strength. Interesting. So the 4 of Wands, when it's upright, it can mean like celebration, marriage, just like happy, stable family lives. And getting it reversed might be like is related to this like Page of Cups. This feeling that you can't come forward. For some of you, this might like represent a divorce, you know, like you are now this 9 of Pentacles alone, kind of having to manage your house alone. And that's why you feel like you can't offer Page of Cups to someone. So you are not allowing yourself joy or celebration because there is this like public perception of like your marriage having failed, you know. And for those of you where this isn't about a marriage, this 4 of Wands is just saying, even if you feel like you don't have your house fully in order, you know, you can still have fun. You can still party. You don't have to worry so much all the time. You know, you can still celebrate. For clarifying it, we have here the Strength card. Which is just very much about, you know, inner strength. Even though you might not have had the celebration or you might not have these celebrations that you want, doesn't mean you can't just have a party in your own house. Celebrate by yourself, celebrate on Zoom, celebrate in whatever way you can at the moment, you know. Even if you feel like there might not be cause for celebration, there is. Your own inner strength is already cause for celebration, you know. The 4 of Wands reversed is also kind of like letting go of worry, you know, because it can also symbolize like that worry that things will fall apart, that you won't find stability, you know. So for those of you that have this Queen of Swords where you feel like this Knight of Cups that you're imagining is just wishful thinking and that you are never going to end up with this like happy marriage family celebration, you know, it's just telling you that that is within your reach if you just like allow it to yourself, you know. So the advice here is just like allow yourself to be joyful and to be happy. So yeah, here we have 2 advice cards for each of these 2 clarifying cards in the previous roll, right? So we have the reversed 4 of Wands for the reversed Page of Cups. So if you did make an offer to someone and you were rejected, the reversed 4 of Wands here is just saying like, just accept that. Just accept that that's not where you're going to find your happiness, but you still can find happiness, you know? And if it's just, this is just that feeling of not feeling like you can offer someone something, the 4 of Wands here is like, the 4 of Wands here is like, even if you don't have the most stable of situations, the most stable of home lives, you do still have so much joy to offer, so much love to offer, and that's really what matters. And then below the 9 of Pentacles reversed, we have the Strength upright. And that's just saying, you know, when you get those feelings of just like you know, my house is like falling apart, my like home life is falling apart. Just remember your own inner strength, you know. You can find this joy that's in this Four of Cups within yourself, even if in the exterior world, the Four of Cups, like, not Four of Cups, Four of Wands. You can find this joy in the Four of Wands within your inner self, even if in the outer world there's been some sort of dissolution of the home life, some sort of struggle in the home life, lack of celebration in the home life. And your advice for the Chariot card is the Two of Pentacles, which is all about balance, all about juggling different responsibilities. I see. So you feel like this reversed King of Swords, like you are not in control of this Chariot because there's like so many things that you have to juggle. And in the other deck, this picture is like it's someone juggling something, and they're also like on top of this like penhasco, on top of this like mountain. It's just like it's like really precarious, you know. So you feel like this juggling man, where you're just going like, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? But you're keeping all your balls in the air, you know. So just remember that you're doing it, you know, like you're juggling the things that you have to juggle. And even if you feel like you're not in control, this Chariot is upright. You are in control. So anytime you feel out of control, just think about how can I take time away from this thing and into this thing to help me find balance? Or how can I take energy away from this thing and into this thing to help me find balance? Or just like look at all your things and see, oh, I have managed things like this before, and I can manage things like this before. So I'm like, fine, you know? So yeah, let's get you some messages. Notisauton, hen oida hoti uden oida, and don't we touch each other just to prove we are still here. Interesting that you got two Greek ones and no one else. You guys are the 8th group, and no one else has gotten any Greek till now. We've just been really Latin heavy. But so this is hen oida hoti uden oida, which is the classic Socrates phrase. I know one thing that I know nothing. So yeah, none of us really know anything, you know. So yeah, maybe this is to symbolize this Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, inverted sort of feelings, and to say like that's okay. None of us know anything. Not even Socrates knew anything. And the second one is notisauton, which means know thyself, and which was inscribed on the top of the Temple of Apollo in Delphi. So yeah, so just I feel like this really goes with this Empress and Strength card. Just know yourself and know your own strength, you know. And last, don't we touch each other just to prove we are still here. So, you know, touch someone in your life, you know. Yeah. I don't really interpret these that much because they're not really as divinatory as the tarot, I guess I'll say, since it's just fun quotes that I like. So just you can just interpret that one however you want, you know. Yeah. So now that we're done with your messages, let's do a quick recap. You're in love, but you're scared, you're not seeing things clearly, and you feel like you're not really in control of your life, and your advice is love is great, keep being in love, and more love will be brought to you. And this is kind of like you don't know what to do maybe to find your love, but literally just chill and it will be brought to you. And even though you feel like you don't know what to do, you still have so much inner strength and you can find joy regardless of what your home situation is like. And you feel like you don't know what you're doing, but actually you do. Actually, you do know what you're doing. That's all this Two of Pentacles is, I guess. Just like, you got this. You're this juggler. You're juggling everything. Look at how great you're doing. You're doing great. So yeah, that was your advice, Strawberry Group. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that it made sense. And if it did not, leave me a comment and let me know. Give it to me. Just tell me, wow, you're a hack. Sorry. I'm gonna have to edit that out anyway because I swore, but yeah, this is your message. Like, comment, and subscribe if you would so wish. And I hope to see you in another video. Yeah, feel free to leave any follow-up questions that you have in the comments, and if I see it and I have time, I will answer it for you.